Hello, we're the Bitches with Beards, and we love discussing all things culture.
On this podcast, we chat about our top 3 cultural moments of the week.
It's our cultural three-way. I'm Daniel,
And I'm Max. We saw you from across the bar.
and we really like your vibe.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, gorgeous.
And welcome back to the podcast you have inadvertently nicknamed Sophie's Choice.
It is a Sophie's Choice, because you're asking me to pick my top 3, and only my top 3. And it is constantly changing throughout the week. It's a moving target, but I love it.
It is loving it, but it's also, I mean, we have already come up with like some creative ways of moving stuff down. So, for instance, if something is rumoured, we wait for the that
verification of it.
verification,
Yeah.
Or if it's like someone's leaving, we wait for the replacement.
Yeah, I mean, we're being very strategic with it, which does mean that we're not reusing a lot of stuff, and we're not just throwing everything at you.
I'm also trying to not sneak in stuff like a Midwestern mum sneaking veggies in with cheese.
We're curating.
Yes. I'm like, oh, I could do this. No, we're going to stick
No.
to the... Occasionally, I'm like, all coulds.
It's got to be 3. You can't be cheeky, Max.
I can't be cheeky. But no, it's been a lot of fun. It's been very cathartic.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, my TV, when we get onto it this week, was definitely... That was a Sophie's Choice. But no, we got there. But no, how has your week been, No?
My week, so with the agency, we have been shifting to snow ops this week, which has been, touch and go because the weather has been changing constantly and the projections have been changing constantly in DC. It's going to be a lot of snow.
It's going to be a lot of snow. We have said, though, that it's a bit like when, you've got a guest arriving and they're like, oh, I'll be half an hour late, or 2 hours, or I might not come till tomorrow.
Yeah, the timing is the key thing right now.
Yeah. Saturday, it's starting Saturday, but not at a point where it's going to really affect Saturday.
Yes, but it's supposed to be like 22 tomorrow for the high, so it's going to be cold, so it will probably affect it a little bit.
Yes.
I will definitely be staying in, going to burrow underneath the covers.
I'll be at the cinema, actually. I'm going to a revival of a movie.
Oh.
I know. That's for next week's culture.
Oh, okay, fine. I was about to be like, ooh,
Yes, but no,
nice.
I'm going down to the one at Barracks Row. And they're
okay.
doing a rom-com season.
Oh, very nice. I have plans of making soup and finishing a book.
Yeah.
That's what I plan on doing,
Yeah,
and
it's your
starting another book.
Yeah, no, it's been it's been kind of it's fine. I mean, it's a short week. It's felt long.
Yeah.
The world's reopening again. No, the only real. I mean, we had a long weekend. I know I shouldn't sneak in other culture, but the Bills did lose last week, so it kind of was a very weekend.
Yeah.
But no, it was long. We were trying to keep it quiet. It's a very. I mean, it was MAL. I take it you did nothing for MAL.
I did absolutely nothing. I had so many messages. Please come to the hotel. Come to my hotel. Come to my hotel room. And I'm like, no.
The Hubs had a couple of people like visiting from and saying, "Hey, I'm in town," and
Yeah.
he's like, "Can you see how I would just to come in and say hi?" And they're like, "Actually, no, we can't." Apparently, they weren't even doing day passes.
See, there's no point in going.
There's no point.
There's no point.
But no, apart from that, a trip to the vet to see how little Bear's doing. Apparently, he's still hungry because the nurse looked like she had to cut him off from all the treats he was getting.
Oh.
He was taken to the back room to get his blood tested, and they came back and like, yeah, he really likes his treats. He's like, yes, he does.
He's very food motivated, that Dwayne.
Well, before we move on to our itty bitty cultures of the week, I just want to do a big shout out because the lovely Meg got in contact about the new format and said that she's really loving it and actually put Parmael on her to watch list. And Frank from I want to say Silver Screeners or Reels of Cinema podcast. Sorry, Frank, I've got more muddled in my head, but did reach out and said he was also loving the new format, which is great. We put a lot of thought into it, so
We did.
We're glad to know it's going down
And we're
well.
glad it's working.
And it is a new format, even though Apple will not let me change the graphic at the moment.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
It's a weird little glitch they have.
Okay. I mean, it's not the end of the world, though.
It's not. This is fucking frustrating.
Well, it happens.
Shall we move on to our foreplay section?
Yes, our foreplay section where we talk about our top 3 cultural moments of the week.
So, Daniel, what was your top 3 cultural moments of
So
the week?
my top 3 cultural of the notes of the week because I'm doing my notes in a new format too. I'm using large index cards, which actually works really well for this. So I tested a viral recipe, which is cucumber, Greek yogurt, and chicken that you saute.
Nice.
And here's the thing. It would taste wonderful as like a pita. You could do it in a bowl. It was everything I needed.
Yeah.
Lots of protein, so very healthy for you. I have a book of the week. I'm not done with it, but I will be done with it tomorrow. It's One by One by Ruth Ware. It is a really good take on And Then There Was None by Agatha Christie.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, but there's
I don't know. And Then There Were None. Daniel, what was the original title of that one?
I'm not telling you what the original title was. Or even the second title of that book.
God, she took a lot of misses before she got a hit. Anyway.
She took 2 very big misses on that one. Anyways, it's a very good take on that. It's not exactly like that or beat for beat. And there is obviously a change of setting, but it was very, very well done. I have a little bit of... I don't know how to classify this. So I had a very good afternoon with our friend Matt. That was my other culture for the week. So we went to an open house.
Nice.
And then we went to the Doyle and we had dinner and we had cocktails. And we just caught up for about 3 hours since I haven't seen him since December. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. So listeners, I'm encouraging you to have I want to say a friend date with your friend.
Yeah, no.
Have a friend date with your friend. It was just nice. We were there and it started snowing and it was very nice to be at the Doyle at that time on a Sunday afternoon because MLK Day was the following day, so we could.
Lovely.
How about you? What were your 3 cultural moments for the week?
It was hard. TV was hard this week, but I decided to choose Stumble, which has been going since September. It's on NSBC, NBC, and Peacock. It's about cheerleading. It's a comedy. Christian Chenoweth's in it, but she's not the main part. It's really funny. It's a woman gets fired from her one coaching position and has to reassemble a team in a new one. It's fucking hilarious. It really is, and they really play with the mockumentary format. Like really play with it very well.
Okay.
I'm definitely excited. I'm hoping second season. No, we are both watching it with where this might be it, just because
the story might be told.
Also, just there's you know how the good comedies never get the second.
Yeah.
Movie 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple is fucking excellent. If you like 28 Years Later, it's amazing. Really loved it. Please do not go to the cinema dressed as the Jimmys. There's a reason Jimmy Savile was picked, as to the idea being that culture ended before certain things were discovered. It is a commentary that they're all dressed as Jimmy Savile. Please, America, look him up before you dress.
No.
They've been going to cinemize him. Ralph Fiennes is absolutely
Ralph
divine.
Fiennes.
But really, this is a weird role for him. Not weird, but it just, it's so lovely. And
stretching? Is it a stretching role?
he plays a doctor, and he ends up sort of working with the alpha of the disease, the infected, and it's a very interesting situation occurs, and he's just so lovely, and Ralph Fiennes like in his very displaced environment. Final Culture, Chains of Love by Charlie XCX. It's used in it's her song for the Wuthering Heights trailer. It's fucking amazing. Short, could have done it for third burst of it at the end, but still I really fucking like it.
Here's the thing, I'm so glad you shared it with me, and I've been hearing it on the trailer, but like actually like listen to it. I do agree that it has a bit of longing in it, which is what you need for Wuthering Heights, from what I remember from reading the book. So
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So that was culture for us, but we want to make sure that you've been taken care of.
So who's your top, who's your bottom, and who is your lucky Pierre for the week?
And because you go first, Daniel.
Oh, yes. So it's me. I'm asking the question that I have to answer. So let's see. So this is my bottom of the week. Is that Valentino Garavana died at 93, known as the Emperor of Fashion. He jumped onto the scene in 1955 with signature red and couture gowns that were custom made. They were romantic, they were simple, yet elegant with the details.
I learnt 2 things. That was 1, his first name, and 2, that he was still alive up to that point.
Yes. So the unique thing is that he's a contemporary to Coco Chanel, Dior, Yves Saint Laurent, Halston, Lagerfeld, and including, Alexander McQueen, Vera Wang, everyone today. he kept working up until the end. So anyways, that's my bottom for the week. My top for the week, Cats Jellicle Ball has announced their seating, because they are going to very much be an immersive experience because it is taking place in the Harlem ball scene. So how do you do that? You put seating on the stage itself too.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to have a runway configuration. There will be select audience seating on the stage. There'll be 3 sections, along with the judges' table with additional seating behind that. But then the rest of the theater will still be used as well. So it's not going to quite have that runway experience. Yeah. There are limitations whenever you do that, but also you sort of have to do something like that. So anyways, yes. So anyways, this will open up at the Broadhurst Theater, I think in July is what I read.
Interesting.
Of this year.
Delicious.
Yes.
So Daniel, who's your lucky Pierre for the week?
My lucky Pierre for this week. Well, it wouldn't be a podcast of the Bitches with Beards without talking about our goddess, our icon, our North Star. So one Miss Taylor Allison Swift was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame at the young age of 36. Yeah. This past week, she is the youngest woman to achieve this great honor. She's not the youngest person, though. Stevie Wonder was inducted at the age of 32. So,
yeah.
Anyways, so members of her class that she was with, skipping over to this, includes Kenny Loggins, Alanis Morissette, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons of Kiss, Terry Britton and Graham Lyle, and Christopher Tricky Stewart were members of this nominating class. And here's the interesting thing. So whenever you nominate someone to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then that they're being recognized for their catalog, you have to identify 5 key songs.
Yes.
And so this is sort of where I want to have our conversation this week.
Yes, I was about to say, why is this your lucky Pierre?
So the lucky Pierre is that the 5 songs that were highlighted for Taylor Swift are All Too Well, the 10-minute version.
It's amazing.
Blank Space.
Yes.
Antihero.
Love Antihero.
Love Story. And The Last Great American Dynasty.
See, I don't know that one off by heart.
All right, so this is why I wanted to have this conversation. So Last Great American Dynasty was it Folklore or Evermore?
Yeah.
It was the first one of those 2. I'm blanking now. Folklore, yeah.
Yeah, because Folklore had a more straightforward titling. Evermore, it doesn't, but it was Folklore then. It made sense. You reviewed that. I remember when your old podcast, actually,
on the old podcast,
you actually took a week because that was when you were ready to burn out, and actually just said we're going to review the new album.
Yeah.
I mean, there's songs I adore of Taylor Swift, but yeah, I mean, so they have to. It's like I suppose it's any show. If it's a TV show that's nominated for an award, they have to pick an episode, don't they?
Right.
So, was there anything in particular about these songs that they were blown up about?
So there wasn't anything that they really blew up about or highlighted in the articles I read, and I think there was like 2 of them. So, but my question is do you think that these are her best songs? Do you think these are the most representative of her catalog? Is there something else that you would have put in there instead? And if you're going to put something else in there, why would you put something else in there? I guess that's the conversation that I'm looking at having. I mean, the All Too Well 10-minute version is a masterpiece. I was going to say, hands down, I was like, if that one wasn't on her list of songs.
And that's a vault track, isn't it?
Yes.
The original was, it's one of the only vault tracks that has had a pre-existing version. The vault track, the vault aspect of it was the missing verses, which she went back and reinserted.
Right.
Blank Space was the song that really, I mean, actually for me it was We're Never Gonna Get Them Back Together. That crept over.
Yeah.
But Blank Space was, in my opinion, the first one that blew up in England.
Yes. Now don't get me wrong, I love Blank Space. I thought Style might have been a stronger song.
Yeah. Love Story is not my favourite, but I understand why it's there. But that's only because I don't like the
country.
That's the curly hair Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
era.
yes, that is the very curly hair Taylor Swift.
But she was. It's a great song.
Yeah.
It's a really lovely song. It's just not where I would be inclined sometimes if it came on, I was running, I would skip Love Story.
Yeah, I would say of a song from that generation or era of Taylor, I would probably do Enchanted.
Yeah.
A little bit more, to me, that's a little bit more approachable for me.
So if we're talking off 1989, I think you know what one I'd swap out.
Which one would you swap out?
If I was to take one that's not Blank Space, it would be Out of the Woods.
Oh yeah,
I think that's my that's you. But that's one of my favourites of her.
Yeah.
I like the Folklore and Evermore, the albums, but they're not ones that have. But they are albums. They're not. I think what's the one that it's the duet she does on Folklore.
It's the Bon Iver ones.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
I think if I was to go later, then I would. Though, I think I do like Anti-Hero.
Yes,
But Midnights is actually. It's actually one of my favourite albums of her because it's so invoking.
It's got a maturity to it that we like.
I would actually go to Tortured Poets. Okay, because that's a very divisive encyclopedia of songs. And it's going to knock me which one it would be. It's the one. Oh my God, she does it on the platform when they do it on the Eras tour.
It's the Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
No, not Who's Afraid of Little Me. I'm thinking of something else. The most selfish man that ever lived.
The smallest man that
ever lived. That one because she goes off.
She does
on that final when it builds and she blasts it. And I think that there's some lyrics in that are pure poetry. But I do think though the fact that I got confused is not. The trouble with Tortured Poets, and it's a bit like my issue with Evermore Folklore, is there's some great songs spread, but I think you're not looking. I think they don't generate that song.
I mean, I think there. I've said it before on the other podcast, is that there's a lot of Sonic sisters.
Yes.
And you can see this narrative that goes through these 5 songs right here, and sonically and thematically they all match. So I think that's
So what about you?
Guilty as Sin is probably the one that I would put on instead from that album. I feel like Last Great American Dynasty. I love that song. I don't know if that's one that I would be like,
we'll play it after this.
Yeah.
I can't hear it because there's a song on Arcade Fire called Last Great American Empire.
Oh, and it's too related.
Yeah, the lyrics are. I hear. Yeah. So is that? But apart from that, do you agree with the list or?
Oh, generally the thing is her entire catalog is being nominated, and these were the key songs. I think if All Too Well, the 10-minute version, hadn't been on there, I would have been like, "Are you kidding me?"
And not a lot of people really know about. I think again that's from Reds, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and Red's a weird album because it's sort of like
Red is the Jake Gyllenhaal album.
Yeah, well, it's highlighted in there.
Yeah.
What's very interesting is that Ryan Gosling sings it in Fall Guy.
Oh.
There's a whole bit where he's breaking down his car, singing along to it. You need to watch it. That film is actually might be one I need to watch this weekend of the Hubs because there's a extended version on there, and also Hannah Waddingham. But there's a bit in that. But I always thought him and Jake were mates, so I don't know.
I did too.
So I'm a bit like, well, you're singing about the song where the age difference is directly mentioned.
Huh, interesting.
But it's exciting. I think, to be honest, we keep talking about the eras capping slightly with her. She came back with an album that was very condensed and tight. That was I loved the new album.
Oh yeah.
She's about to get married. She's now inducted. Taylor's eras are wrapping up a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is a good high note to end on the eras.
Yeah, I think the highest note that's going to come next is the sound of a baby. Actually, no, my top of the week. I've been trying to
okay.
think about how we do this one. We're going to shoot through this because a lot of my stuff has a lot of information, as always, what to expect. Oscar nominations came out this week, so we're going to rush through this quickly. Cine's made history of a record-breaking 60 nominations, the most ever in a single year. It's exciting because not only is it a very black-orientated movie, it's also a horror movie. Both of them have an uphill struggle. Strong Second was one back after another 30 nominations. Not surprising there. Other films with major nomination holds were Frankenstein, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, and Hamnet. Unexpected acting nods: Delroy Lindo for his first ever Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor for Sinners, Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value. Great, but I think the other two sisters in that were better.
Fair.
And a big shock, Kate Hudson's Song Sung Blue. Not that she didn't deserve it. My mum saw that today and said she loved it. But again, a bit of another struggle. She won't win.
Yeah.
F1 in Best Picture. We'll see. That's people are surprised, but I've heard that it's been pushed quite a bit. Notable snubs.
The Wicked of It All.
Wicked of It All. Yeah, it didn't. It got 0 nominations, which is surprising. I thought she'd get technical, or at least one of the best songs.
Or costume.
I think people burnt out. I think
it's fair.
I think people thought it was going to do a Return of the King, where it would come in and get it in its second time. I'm surprised. I think Ari should have got an Oscar nomination for it. I think that one of the songs should have got an Oscar nomination for it. I have to look at what the best songs are this year. And then Paul Mescal in Hamnet, and Guillermo del Toro for Best Director. This basically leaves me with only 4 movies.
Congratulations.
Out of in the major categories.
Yeah.
We're not talking animation yet.
I just say you don't do the animation ones, really.
I did Wild Robot last year, and that was absolutely beautiful. But
Yeah.
no, I did see Blue Moon. It was just an accident. If I had legs, I'd kick you. Very excited for that one. And F1. So just going to end this section by saying the ceremony is scheduled for the March 15th, 2026, and will be again hosted by Conan O'Brien. My bottom of the week is the Nepo baby of it all. Yes, Brooklyn Beckham goes nuclear. He basically did there's been rumours he's been separated from his family. That is Lord and Lady Beckham, aka Posh and Bex.
Yes.
Basically, he's claiming that his parents are basically just controlling his life. And with the big thing being that during his wedding to Nicola Peltz Beckham, that his mum hijacked it all. So apparently, according to DJ Fat Tony, who is a British DJ who was there and saw the whole thing, Mark Anthony, never thought we'd hear that name again, asked the most beautiful woman in the room to come up to stage, which was quickly followed by Victoria's name. Tony said Spice Girl member turned fashion designer who was close by made her way up to stage, which immediately devastated Brooklyn and prompted Peltz to leave the room crying her eyes out. Brooklyn claimed that his mum hijacked the first dance at the wedding and then danced very inappropriately on him. That launched 1,000 fucking memes this week. Of
the
every
memes
bad
wrote themselves.
Every British comedy that involved bad dancing of a woman. Catherine Kim was in there, for fuck's sake.
God.
It was amazing. He said, though, he was uncomfortable and he was humiliated. He's attacked Brand Beckham about it all, which is sad because, quite frankly, I don't like the Nepo baby of it all, but he has no job.
No.
He has only money. Both of them have only trust fund babies.
He's a very bad photographer.
He is a very bad photographer.
Thinking of the elephant meme.
The major news this week was that it got Victoria, who was the only Spice Girl without number one,
Right.
for her song "Such an Innocent Girl."
I listened to that. I actually like it.
Yeah, they didn't really rise to the challenge, but apparently they might be on Oprah. We'll find out. So it leaves my lucky Pierre of the week.
And who is your lucky Pierre of the week?
5 of them.
Oh, 5. Oh, I would say that's too much to handle, but that's all today for me. Some downs.
So, because we're shooting through time, Queer Eye. Rumours, Queer Eye, basically. Karamo has basically not turned up to any of the events surrounding the publicity of the new season 10 set in Washington, D.C. He bailed less than an hour before the group was scheduled to take a stage of Gayle King reading a letter to say that he did not feel comfortable and didn't want to turn up because he felt he would be bullied. Rumour has it that on the set of the 10th season, Charmaine Brown, his mum, was invited to come watch it be recorded, put headphones on, and in a hot mic situation heard the other 3 laughing about Karamo's choices in life. Yes, so having after discussing if the backstage drama was going to basically kill the mood of this new series, Anthony turned around and just said, well, all families have trouble, which is very sad.
Yeah.
Not really the best answer.
No.
Bobby Burke turned around. Bobby Brown.
Sorry.
And basically, he is supported Karamo, but as it was said, that wasn't also the reason he left. There was other stuff. It hit me because I like the first couple of seasons of Queer Eye.
Yes.
It then kind of descended into showing a lesbian how to use the laundry and running a comb through their hair, and it got a little
and
bit
making avocado toast.
It kind of, and I was saying to the hubs earlier, was that I volunteered for charities before that really do need the offices done up, better facilities that could really done with it. I know it's meant to be a quick hit. Everyone feels good about themselves. I know that's the point of it. But the money thrown at it just felt like it was in bad taste by some of the standards towards the end, and I just didn't really care.
I feel like, like we said, or like you said, it started off, very good intentions, and it sort of lost its way a little bit.
My question for you is: do you think this ego and this blow up and this fight is a sad DNA strand of the gay community, or do you think the egos get the better of them? And do you think that can be avoided at all?
I mean, here's the thing. I don't think that gays have a monopoly on ego.
Yeah.
I think that's human nature.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes it can be taken to a little bit more toxic level, just knowing that being gay has its issues to begin with. And so, therefore, you're in a very delicate mental state. And when you add more of it from your quote-unquote community, it hurts more. And it leads to incidents like this.
Yeah, there's been some stories come forward that he hasn't acted as best in the past. He's got some black marks against him.
Yes, here's the thing. I don't think anyone is innocent in that situation. Unfortunately. No,
it is sad. He's never been my favourite, mainly because I don't really understand what his qualifications are, and I've always kind of felt that I don't know. What's really sad about it is that he's obviously chose to distance himself as someone who you and I both are very good at saying we don't want to be involved in something. We want to step back for our own sake.
Yeah. But
I really hope that he comes forward and explains what happened, because otherwise at the moment it doesn't allow any. Unfortunately, he's a public figure. He's made some accusations, and he needs to show that it can be processed and move forward. Otherwise, it just becomes an attention grab. And I would like to see him say, this is what happened. This is really bad. People need to be held for account. But at the moment, he's just vague booking. And that's just really sad. And it's a show.
Then it's like clickbait.
It's clickbait.
It's clickbait. It's like, oh, stuff was said. Well, what was said? Who said it? What was the intent behind what was said?
Can we just avoid it all being fucking toxic?
Well, then you need to strive as better people, but that's universally mankind or humankind needs to do that. Sorry, it needs to do that.
So that's Daniel wrapping up this section by saying, "Let's all be better people."
Yes, try to be better.
Well, that's a big ask for next week, Daniel. But what do you think may be culture for next week?
Culture for next week is DC, the snow.
Is.
If it's huge and there's lots of power outages, it's going to be that. And if it's not...
Keep your phones charged.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, hopefully they will be charged if you listen to this. It's going to be snow, it's going to be reading, it's going to be writing, it's going to be getting on, but definitely not running for a couple of days.
I was going to say, please don't run. Please don't run. Do not run.
So then, I think it's time to say goodbye.
I'm Daniel.
And I'm Max, and thank you for being our third this week.
Cheers.
Cheers. A big thank you to everyone for tuning in to Daniel Max's Cultural Freeway and for giving us a listen.
Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and review, and follow us on the socials.
You can find us under Bearded Bitch Pod or Bitches with Beards. Please remember that only a mother could love our views and opinions, and they reflect us and no one else.
We'll be here next week, unless we're cancelled.